Hey guys, I don't know what video I was going to do today or what topic, I hadn't really looked at it, but today I'm going to talk about my kitty Climber who my mom informed me last night that he had passed away, and I cried for a little bit and I realized that he was in a lot of pain and that it's probably better for him that he's gone now. But I always get more worked up for animal deaths and human deaths, and I wanted to kind of talk about why, and I wanted to talk about Climber's life and kind of honor him a little bit. And I also want to dedicate my upcoming video about vegan alternatives to him, because he is one of the animals in my life that have made me just fucking fall in love with animals. Animals are so instinctual, and a lot of people will say that that's why humans have ascended and they're better, because humans are more intellectual, they can, you know, have more technological advances, but animals do that too, just on a different scale. And I've always thought that it was so nice that animals, they just live on instinct, and, you know, they love for the obvious reasons that are biological, and they, you know, protect for the obvious reasons that are biological. Whereas when you look at how humans do things, it's all based on greed and selfishness, and it sometimes feels like it would be better to go back to an archaic version of a barbarian, because then we wouldn't be like ruining the beautiful nature of the world. And that's how I feel. And I know a lot of people are kind of gonna hate on me about this, but it's something I'm very passionate about. And I don't talk about being a vegan or a vegetarian very often, and I don't talk about animals very often, but I'm very much in love with every creature on this planet, and I feel like humans are detrimental to the prosperity of this planet. And I do everything I can to keep a low carbon footprint. I don't wear any clothes or makeup. Like, I could never imagine wearing something that was the result of some being losing its life, like, for fucking fashion. Like, I understand that a lot of people who eat meat hide behind, like, oh, well, let's say you don't get enough protein, or it's less healthy for you, and all of these things that, you know, are proven to be untrue. But if you really believe that you are actually, you know, doing something better for your body, I understand that. But to just be like, I want a fur coat because I'm a fucking gluttonous piece of shit, like, that's how I feel. Why the fuck are you wearing leather? You go outside in the rain and it fucking smells like ass shit because it's fucking dead animal carcass. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense to me. So that's all I'm gonna say on being a vegan/vegetarian consumer. I just want to talk about Climber and how much I love animals, and how I feel that there's no ill intent with animals. It's just like, they love you because you protect them. They love you because they feel like you're part of the family, and there's no ill will behind that. There's no anyone trying to get your money. There's no, like, someone going and talking shit behind your back. And it's just, people, like, someone said humans are the most important animal on the earth, and it's like, no, we're actually the biggest detriment. We're just, like, overpopulated like crazy because we're not on the fucking food chain. So we just kind of transcended that, and now our population control, there's none because we're so important. We, you know, don't want anyone to die. We just want to let everyone just produce as much as possible. And a lot of people that are producing too much, like too many new babies, they're the people that, you know, are on welfare, and that's the only reason they're doing it. It's so fucking awful that there's no purity of the instinct like there is in animals. And, you know, animals are most often more afraid of us than them. Same with, you know, insects, arachnids, and all that stuff, and I've always been one to protect them. My parents are not vegetarian, but they raised me to, you know, take, if a you know, an insect goes in the house, let's, you know, put it in a fucking cup and take it out. And I actually put a video up on Instagram of me taking out a little moth that got into the house because it's so fucking hot here. But yeah, so I had to keep the balcony doors open. And then I stuck to that because I believed in that more than my parents do. So sometimes my parents would be like, oh, like, there was this one time where a bunch of baby spiders, like, literally started descending from the fucking, you know, like, fan area with the lights and stuff in the kitchen. And I was like, no, you can't kill them. No, we can't exterminate them. And so my dad's, like, fucking catching them in cups, and, like, it was like a full-time job for a little bit, and we had to, like, keep getting the residual babies out, but we ended up not killing any of them knowingly. And sometimes it can be hard because when something's so small, like, I feel like if we finally found something that was, like, as big as, like, a Titan in, you know, Attack on Titan, those things wouldn't even notice that they're stepping on us, and it would be like, oh, well, we can't fault them for that because they don't even see us. But for them to just kind of be like, oh, fucking pests, when we're beings ourselves, is, like, kind of fucked up, you know? Like, I don't feel holier than thou as a human where, like, oh, we're the most important, and, you know, like, everything else is just dumber. Like, if we're going on the dumb scale, why am I not hunting babies? Like, human babies are stupider than a lot of fucking animals, factually. And it's just like us being selfish once again and us preserving us, and it's just like, it's kind of disgusting to me. And that's one of the reasons why, as a whole, I don't feel that much empathy for other humans, because, and it's the same reason why I talked about that I don't have very many idols. I know that everyone in their own way is, you know, out for themselves and selfish and, you know, in some way, like, gluttonous, you know, just like eating too much, not caring about their bodies, not, you know, caring for their young the way they should, getting on welfare so that they can have their 15th baby, and so, like, those types of people. Not everyone is like that, obviously, and I try my best not to be at all like that, and I, you know, try to have empathy for those of you who have a like mind and who I feel are intelligent, and all of my viewers and fans who support me. They're doing something that, you know, is very amazing to me, and it's different, but as I kind of feel bad for humanity when we do have this, you know, accelerated intelligence, and so many of us are not fucking using it at all. Like, all of the posts that I see on the internet of, like, people not using a bit of their IQ or even having an IQ to speak of, it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You were given this amazing mind. Why are you not using it, and why are you not giving back to the planet that you live on? It just doesn't make any sense. You're, like, shitting where you eat. Anyway, so, I got Climber. Okay, so there was a cat named Shadow that my parents had. They found her in a box way before I was born. My mom used to be a manager of a 7-Eleven back when I was born. We didn't have very much money, but we had Shadow. And Shadow, my mom always feeds my cats, or our cats, pancakes, like tiny little pancakes, smaller than silver dollars, like just little pancake drips, like when you accidentally drip, whenever my parents would have pancakes. So my mom would make pancakes on Sundays or something, because that was the day that my dad had off, and she would feed the fucking cat that. So all of the cats that she had were extremely fucking fat. Shadow ended up dying when I was very, very young. When I was like 7 or something, and my mom put me in my room and didn't want me to witness it, and I was with my friend John, who I told you about, was my best friend back in the day, who was a Jehovah's Witness, so things got fucking weird, right? And then later, my mom was like, she grieved for a while, and I grieved for a while, and then she was like, let's get a new cat, and she always wants to have a cat. So we went down to the pet store, and we saw 2 little black kittens that they were just like lazy and lethargic, and you know, we didn't want to like separate them from each other. And then we saw Climber, and he's like a half Pixie Bob mix, so he's like super energetic. He was like meow meow meow, and he wanted love, and it was so fucking cute, and we're like, okay, we're getting this one. And then we took him home, and he ran all around the house, and he started climbing up the curtains all the way up to the like rod, and sitting on top of the rod. And he did that until he got so fat, because my mom feeds him pancakes, that he actually started ripping off the curtains and the rod and stuff. And that's why we named him Climber pretty quickly, because he was doing that from the start, and it was really fucking cute. And then he started getting like a temper, and he was like, I couldn't walk down the hallway. I remember I would like run down the hallway, because if I walk, he would come out of nowhere and scratch the shit out of my legs. And I was like, ah, fucking Climber! And none of my friends fucking liked him, or he didn't like any of my friends. The only person he's ever not been an ass to, the only person he never would bite or scratch, well, very rarely, was my mom. And he would just like nuzzle and love my mom, and it was like, clearly she was the mom figure, she was the one that he respected, and I just thought that was so fucking cute. And later on in his life, he lost a lot of weight because he got pancreatitis, and going there to see him was kind of sad, because he didn't move around very much, and he wasn't very active like he used to be, and it kind of broke my heart. But it was like nice that he would like cuddle me and nuzzle me, and it was like, he was like, oh, big sister, you know, I'm sorry for everything I did. And it was kind of sad, and I miss him, and I'm gonna miss him, and it's gonna suck. And trying not to cry because it's silly. I'm usually not emotional, it's very weird. But yeah, and I'm sure my mom is grieving. He ended up he was like dragging his back leg, my mom said, and then so she took him to the vet, and he had a stroke and died, and so my mom cremated him, and that's pretty much what happened. But yeah, I don't know. So, like the video. Tell me stories about animals you grew up with that had an impact on your life. Tell me why you love animals. Tell me why you enjoy having animals around, and, you know, just talk about stuff. If you talk about the veganism, the vegetarianism, I'm not really in the mindset to reply right now. I just wanted to give my opinion and kind of like vent to you guys, but I feel like I would get too emotionally invested, and that's usually a mistake. So I'm probably not going to reply to any of the comments that that argue or even maybe agree with me on that. I would just appreciate people saying like R.I.P. Climber, or like, yeah, I had a turtle once. I had a box turtle. I had a bunch of, what are they called? The fish that like when you put a mirror in front of them, they like to fight each other. It's like beta fish. Beta fish, yeah, and they come in like really pretty colors. Had a bunch of those, and I had Climber and I had Shadow. And my turtle's name, he was a box turtle. I fed him fucking strawberries and shit. He was really cool. But his name was Myrtle the turtle. I think it might have been a she because, you know, but that's my grandmother's name as well, my great-grandmother, and she's still fucking alive. She's like 90-something. So, yeah, tell me about the pets in your life. I really want to hear that, and just a little bit of support. There's been a lot of, like, really bad things mixed with really good things in my life lately, and so I'm overall feeling blessed, but I'm also, you know, kind of having some, like, days where I don't really feel like being hyper and happy like usual, but at the same time I'm not like devastated because it's like I'm so fucking blessed and you guys are always there. Like yesterday, in light of like the initial Patreon hate, I was a little bit down, and then my real fans started showing their faces and supporting me, and I got on stream and everyone there was so like hilarious and supportive, and I got to play video games and we got to interact and I felt so much better. So you guys are oftentimes the people that keep me positive, and you guys are like family. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go. I almost forget to take thumbnails these days. What the fuck? Bye, guys. Hey guys, if you're enjoying my free content and you want to keep my content flowing, please consider supporting my Patreon campaign. Pledge a couple dollars in support of my YouTube and live stream and get some cool exclusive content while you're helping me reach my goals. Link is down in the description. Thank you. Anything helps. Hey there, vlog and fan service lovers. I just wanted to let you guys know that I now have a serious upload schedule. Every day is going to be normal update and topic vlogs, except Wednesdays are going to be interchangeably Tara Reads Comments and Sex Ed with Tara. So that means every other Wednesday is Tara Reads Comments and every other Wednesday is Sex Ed with Tara. And every other Friday is going to be Friday Night Mail or Fan Service Fridays. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well as my gaming YouTube at youtube.com/TaraBabcockGames. And if you want to watch my gameplay live, don't forget to check out TaraBabcock.tv or twitch.tv/TaraBabcock. Subscribe and don't forget to smile. Bye guys.